Do y'all see what's going on with Dapper Dan and his family? According to legal documents posted by Dapper Dan himself, according to the documents, Jelani Day, his son, and his daughter Danique were officially removed from his fashion company, but not recently, back in 2021. According to the documents, his son was acting as if he was still working from him since 2021, using the brand's name, acting as if he's still representing his father, Dapper Dan. Now, after being warned, back in 2021, Dapper Dan legally has lawyers involved. And it's getting messy. Dapper Dan literally had to send a cease and desist to his own son. This just makes me wonder, is this really just a family issue? Or y'all think this could be something deeper? Something like corporate interests trying to take control of the Dapper Dan legacy? Because I can't lie, knowing Jelani Day's work and know how seriously he takes representing the Dapper Dan name, I don't think that's too far-fetched.
What do you think about the whole Puff Daddy situation that's going on right now?
Okay. I want you to listen to this carefully. I grew up with Puff Daddy's parents. I grew up with Puff Daddy's parents. I grew up with Puff Daddy's parents. I grew up with Puff Daddy's parents.
I'm the one that told Dapper Dan he needs to build a fashion house in Harlem. And I gave him the whole blueprint for it.
You told Dapper Dan that? You told Dapper Dan.
Did I stutter? Like,
isn't Dapper Dan older than you? How can you tell Dapper Dan this?
Want me to tell you how? You asking the question?
Yes, please tell me. Enlighten me.
Is there a black fashion house?
Is there?
Let me ask you. You don't understand fashion, and it's okay.
No, trust me. I understand fashion very well.
So then you shouldn't ask the question like that. If you understood fashion, then you should know how I could tell Dapper Dan that, because there's no black fashion houses in existence. There's no black fashion houses in existence on a whole fucking planet. There's no black mills. We have no textile companies. Period. None on the planet. So how could I not tell Dapper Dan that? We don't have no black sweatshops, no nothing. Okay? So we run everything through the Chinese, the Indians. We have nothing. Okay? So what I told Dapper Dan out my mouth is, bro, you can be the face of the first black fashion house, and we could do it in Harlem. And I gave him the whole rundown from top to bottom. Pause. This is real shit, bro. Now, if you sell your soul, if you emasculate yourself, then you don't have the immunity that I have, because I didn't do it with man, I did it with God.
When you think of Dapper Dan, you think of Harlem royalty, a legend who brought streetwear to luxury fashion. But y'all, behind the scenes, there's a deep family rift you might not know about. And it involves his own son, Jelani Day. Welcome to Cloud -9. I'm your host, DJ, and we gotta get into this. Now, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Now, according to a cease and desist letter sent in June 2021, Dapper Dan's son, Jelani Day, who once helped run the business side of Dapper Dan of Harlem, was officially removed from any business dealings by his father, Daniel R. Day, as we know as Dapper Dan. Now, the cease and desist basically says you are no longer authorized to transact any business on behalf of Dapper Dan of Harlem, or hold yourself out as acting on behalf of Dapper Dan, the individual. Basically meaning don't represent him, like posting about him, or don't try to do any business deals. Don't do anything for me, basically. Don't say anything about me on Instagram. Don't say anything about me. Don't do any business for me. So the official resolution dated May 10th, 2021 confirms that Dapper Dan replaced both Jelani and his daughter, Danique Day Lovin, in management roles. and barred them from drawing salaries or handling brand business. Fans were literally shocked when these documents surfaced on Instagram. It really didn't look like people around the way were shocked. It really just looked like people who are fans of Dapper Dan and who know of his work were extremely surprised. But it's literally rare that we see fashion family dynasties fracture so publicly, especially ones rooted in Harlem and Black legacy like this. My thoughts, honestly, I just don't trust the fashion industry, especially with how they treated Dapper Dan in the beginning. Let's not forget, they shut him down, sued him for using their logos, and then turned around and copied his entire concept of luxury streetwear with ready-to-wear collections without even thinking to hire him. So it really makes you wonder what's actually going on here. When you look at Dapper Dan's legacy and everything he sacrificed to keep pushing forward after being sued by brands like Louis Vuitton, Fendi, and MCM, it's hard not to ask, did he ever truly get to profit from the way he deserved from the very industry that once tried to erase him? And now, if he's in real conflict with his son Jelani Day, someone who's been the face of preserving and amplifying his legacy, then who is the business supposed to be passed down to? Because it better not be the fashion industry. This legacy is way too important. From Harlem to North Carolina, where Dapper Dan's legacy and story began, people have been talking in the comments, sharing rumors, dropping insight, and definitely weighing in. And I keep thinking about Dapper Dan's age, man, and how much he's given to the shape of the concept and of Black luxury and streetwear. Back in college, I remember coming across Jelani Day's Instagram and being inspired about how hard he went for his father's legacy. Always pushing, always representing. But now, I can't help but literally wonder, is Dapper Dan doing business with the same corporations that sued him in the first place? And if I were his son, I want to know too. Something about this does not sit right. So I'll leave y'all with this. Should family and business be kept separate, even when it's legacy? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm out. Peace. And subscribe.